I'm Alan Wright, and I grew up in a village called Denaghy, moving there in 1967 whenever I was 3 years of age, and living there until I was 16. I lived along with my mother and my 4 older brothers and my father. Unfortunately, my father died when I was only 7, which left my mother and my 3 other siblings. What was it like whenever we lived in Denaghy? Very different from what things are today. There are very little modern technology as far as electronic things goes, like the gadgets that children have today. We made our fun out on the fields. I'm going to tell you about my friends. We collectively call ourselves the Denaghy Shaugh Jumpers. Now, the origins of that name is very simple. Many of us were in the boys' brigade whenever we were all young. In fact, I think there was maybe 6 or 7 of us in the boys' brigade. And in them days, you were allowed to do box work. You jumped on a trampoline and you done different vaulting moves over a horse or a box. And one of the BB officers who knew where we all lived, he says, "Right, come on boys, the Denaghy Shaugh Jumpers, let's go." And that name sort of always stuck in my mind. And just lately, whenever a few of the Denaghy men got onto Facebook, I collectively called ourselves the Denaghy Shaugh Jumpers. And we've got together to talk about our old times and how we lived back then, and some of the things that we got up to and some of the things that we done. Right, we're here at Cameron's Lane, and this is one of the lanes that we played on as children. And there was 4 lanes all connected obviously by fields: Greenshill, Cumminston Lane, Cameron's Lane and Stewart's Lane. And this is where we played as children, and this is my brother Davy. And we're going to take a walk down the lane here and maybe into some of the fields, and we'll tell you about 1 or 2 of the things we got up to as Waynes.
Some of the good things.
Always good things. Well, this is where we grew up as Waynes in Denaghy way back in the 70s. And the burn runs
Shaugh Jumpers.
right the way up beyond Denaghy, right down here, and runs from Vinyl into Ballymoney. And the burn here is brave and wide, but whenever we were a wee bit younger and simpler, we were fit to jump that brave and often. And then whenever there was a bit of run of water on, then you put on, we had felt barrels or got oil barrels and plastic jars and started to try to float it on them. And there's a brave height down here, and my darling brother here came up with a fantastic idea one day that he would, be a great idea if he could lower me over the edge. And pure death trap, but anyway. He lowered me over the edge, and I'm here to tell the tale of the day. I survived it.
And hey, I seen us coming in there, and the next thing you know, it was dark.
Oh aye, you played all night. You played till you run out in daylight.
That's right, you just played till it was dark. That's where I lowered your dad into the water, the rope to the top of that cliff in.
Davey put the rope around his waist and fed it down, and I dropped it down into the water. And there's a brave drop there, it's what, 50 feet?
Near way up there.
40 feet anyway.
Near way up.
No. The last time I probably stood in this particular spot was probably 35, 37 years ago. And we used to run for Denaghy. The village where we lived on was just, as the crow flies there, probably half a mile away. And we would have come through the fields here, head on down to the railway and then on into the burn. And they weren't the same awareness of danger.
No.
Even we used to walk the railway and do stuff like that there, which nowadays if you boys were out running through the railway, I would be mad. So that's why we dared everybody, didn't tell your ma you're at the railway.
Right, if you're going, you didn't tell anybody nothing, or we're going.
What happens in the fields stays in the fields. I remember one day we went down to fish. You and me and Brian Mackay, I think it was. And whenever we were coming home again, of course the shortcut was through the railway rather than come up the lane, so we come up along the railway. And Davy, he said to Brian Mackay, "Didn't you be telling your ma we were on the railway?" And of course we were running a wee bit late, and Brian was obviously getting a bit iffy. And as soon as he met his ma, "Ma, we were on the railway, oh no, we come back again."
I Sarah, you get your boy, Sarah says, "They're away across the fields." I says, "What road did they go?" Well, she said, "They just went out there." No, she just looked at the front door, they just went out there. So all I had to do then was come out there. This could have been anywhere. Could have been down the hot road, or in that road, down the road. So I said to myself, I just sort of be in the middle and maybe hear them shouting or growling or something. And I run right down the 2 or 3 of them fields to, I think it was Queen's Lane out down the lane to the railway bridge. And the railway bridge and started to head this road here. Because I knew if you were at Queen's Lane, I would have heard you for the road. I'd come this way here, and I'd come in this direction, this here, and I sort of heard, I thought I heard was voices, and the next thing I heard was, shh, shh, Mrs. Stewart will hear you. And the next thing was, fuck Mrs. Stewart! You used to see a big lump of stickly up there, and it come down and hit me in the head. Here's split him. Fuck Mrs. Stewart! Then I knowed where you were. I started detailing across. I got across them fields there to get you. You were around there, Stewart's Ground.
That was what I done to Melvin that day was we were away across in this direction here. We were getting conkers, and the way we got conkers done was you 3 bits of stick up into the conker tree, you knock the conkers down. And Melvin, he threw the stick up, and he was running in picking up some of his conkers in this position. And I lifted the stick and threw it up into the air, and it came down and hit Melvin right fair in the back of the head. And Melvin got very cross, and he was shouting and growling, and I said, "Shish, shish, shish, keep quiet, Mrs. Stewart will hear you." And he let a big roar, "Mrs. Stewart!" So I'm sure Mrs. Stewart heard us, because Davy heard us, and he was about half a mile away.
I know where to go to get you then. Okay.
So this was one of the old haunts as wee boys we used to play here.
Right,
you take Wayne's nowadays goes to playgrounds where you have a 50 square foot protected steel and tarmac and everything smooth and healthy, safety conscious. That was our playground. They hope
the day we went down the other lane there at Gresham, like we go camping. Took hungry fat hay.
That's right.
We took hungry and thought we'd light a fire inside this old barn, that full of loose hay and stuff. Straw. So we lit the fire anyway, and we were very careful. We dug it in it and kept the straw. We forgot about our coats. When I come back, my coat was on fire.
He burnt his coat.
But spuds into the fire. Poked them in a stick like this here, knocked them sitting in, they cooked up, brought them out there, and
that's true. We dug potatoes out of a neighbour's farmer's field.
Just took lint of them now.
And just borrowed them and stuck them onto a stick, stuck a stick into them and put them into the fire to try to roast them. So we roasted actually Davy's coat. That got a better roasting than what the potatoes ever did. And then whenever we had to get home, we couldn't tell my ma what we had done with the coat. We just had to say nothing about the coat and then hope the coat would be forgot about and was never ever talked about again. Right, we're gathered here in a cabin belonging to Gary Craig. Gary was one of the Shaugh Jumpers. I'm going to introduce you, I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
Well, I would be one of the younger Shaugh Jumpers,
Sure.
Brian Craig, and I can remember quite a bit that went on, and a lot of the stories I couldn't tell to this camera. So I'll pass you on here to Mark Connor.
Well, I'm Mark Connor. I'm not sure whether I'm a member of the Shaugh Jumpers or not, but I know a lot of them. I'm a bit younger maybe than some of these boys. And I'm still in Danaki to this day. So.
And I'm Gary Craig, and I was a Shaugh Jumper. And me as a Shaugh guy fell in. But I was born and raised in Danaki. I was born up between the 2 orange halls at the cottage, and then we moved where my father built a house in the Land Head Road and lived there most of my life. And I'm still in the outskirts of, well, I'm really in Danaki here yet in Lansdale. I had a whale of a time and remember a lot about Danaki as a young boy, and it's nice to meet everybody here today again.
Oh, I'm Avery Craig. I came on by the generation of Shaugh Jumpers. Too many memories to even think about. I would like to just listen to all these stories that were going around.
I'm Raymond Carton. I was about Danaki for the early 70s. It's great to meet up today and hear all those stories that you forgot about.
Who remembers the trip to the High House? In the car?
I go down the bicycles to the
First
house.
look.
We were at night, and Davy was there, Davy Wright was there, and Brian Reno was there.
I was there.
And Melvin Hamilton was there. And I thought you were there. But anyway, we decided we were headed out to the house, and that was Alan Melvin or David's car. And of course, the door wasn't closed right, and I fell out. And so it was you who grabbed me, and I nearly on the road on a corner, and somebody pulled me back in again. But anyway, we went to the house, and it was derelict then. And it was really haunted, really scary place. And we went into the house, it was laying open, and we dared each other to get into the rooms, and the floor birds creaking and all. And there was it was really, really scary. We were crabbing ourselves, pushing each other into rooms and all this carry on, And there were now noose, hangman's noose hanging for a tree.
That's right,
So it was, and it lay there for years.
Well, apparently there was a hanging tree there.
Yeah.
Up in the house that day, they talked about it anyway. Good job. Well, this is where we played as Wayne's in Danaki back in the 70s. The facilities then wasn't near as good as what they are now, because to my left here you got great changing rooms, great facilities, a lovely Wayne's play park here with swings and slides and all the rest of it. In our day you had nothing. You had these trees, and in the back of them trees there was a big shock, and there was a pad that we had made with the bicycles, and we were fit to ride the bicycles up in that there. We made swings with the ropes for the trees. The football pitch was just an old pitch. There was no nets. There was white lines if you were lucky, but there was absolutely no fencing around it, and there were no dugouts for the managers to sit. So things has improved greatly for we were Wayne's.
Nearly all levelled it now.
She was close for a long time, he's saying me.
We'll hope at the bonfires, Mark.
Well, there was always plenty of room.
You kept her going for a week.
We'd have re-letter again, me and Paul Balling.
We'd have kept her going.
We'd have kept her going,
You were the bonfire man.
That's right, me and Paul would have.
Well, who remembers Paddy Kane playing football with us?
Paddy,
The wee sneaky
Paddy left him there, that's right.
Do you remember we were playing ball in the street, and if the ball into a certain house, that was it, you never got it back.
And that was one of them.
Eileen Graham, she never got the ball back for Eileen. Or Isabel Mackay, that was if the ball in her, you had it.
You were pushing me, and you there?
I think maybe I was. I see, me and me with a ball, me broke Mrs. Bellingham's wonder.
That's right.
You think that?
That was a cracker that night.
That was, I think it must have been near FA Cup time, and I was meant to be keeping goals, but the shot was a bit high, and I'm feeling the ball hit Mrs. Bellingham's.
I'll never forget, that was funny. I remember
That was the place where I went to play football up the
up
hill
at the
square.
square.
And huges everywhere.
My mum would have come out and shouted, and we wouldn't have listened. My dad come out and shouted, you go. But I meant it,
But it's a rare carry on now the way parents look at things. For my mother did, but my mother was a pretty fierce woman when she took a mad sturge. But if you got hurt doing something you shouldn't have been doing, there was no sympathy.
No.
You see that big tree there? I made a Michael Kennedy fall high for nearly the top of that there. I swear, and he came down and just bounced off branches like a kettle. And they got up, just,
that tree, look.
they got there. And they gave him sort of shake about it too, and he was alright. He went in the house, he was the best. Still left yet, so he must be alright. He survived it.
That pitch is actually further there, that road than it used to be.
I think you're right.
I think that's good. See, they reclaimed a bit of that in there. Leveled that all out.
There used to be a good shuck in there. We used to go and
Do you
get our tadpoles and frogs.
That's all the way, that's all the way.
Do you mind that in the back of that shop there used to be an old pad where we used to ride the bicycles?
Aye,
humps. Like humps you used to.
Very down. Very down.
Well, who remembers daring each other to ride the wild into the Peaty Bridge, the Pesty Bridge?
I heard the wild.
boys done it.
I never done it right.
Got up on top of the wall of the Pesty Bridge.
I have madness.
On a bicycle, Nigel done it.
The bicycles were the main things. Everybody
The
had a bicycle.
go-karts were good.
The go-karts, we made go-karts, we made our own go-karts.
That's right.
I mean, somebody would be a go-kart at the time, and they put a milk crate. That was your seat. But you knew, in my mind, that way it was pointed inside. You hadn't even the sense to put a cushion on it, you just put the points. So you just thought that you come back, you couldn't sit down at night.
That's the main thing I think, mine at the times was the bicycles. And then the band poles come to the church. We decorated our band poles by red, white and blue tape, and this boy sitting beside me here, Brian, he was the main man in the band pole.
There was one or two years we been good with them now. Brian Mackay was one of the best.
That's right.
He was as good as any of us.
That's right.
You might not ride on the road on 11th night, Lawrence Hall and all them boys. Lawrence Sea Route. You've done route with my granny's there somewhere. Lawrence Sea Route. King of the Valley Pope 1960.
And somebody up here wrote "fuck the pop," and then there were one year we all caught for it, and the police come and they run. The police come and they chased the boys all done for David Gray and Nigel and them all, and the police there was that fat and heavy kind of catch up, and Jeannie Kennedy out shouting, "Nigel, stop! Don't be running!" And the police run left them, and the paintbrushes in their hands.
Who remembers the wee band on the 11th night?
Oh,
and the Lansdale and that. We used to think this is the posh ones left in here and here. And we used to have a wee band, and Brian brought the flute out, and maybe I were the drum, and we had a big drum too. I think Trevor Murphy had a big drum too. And we formed a wee band on the 11th night, and we done the tour of Headlands and Lansdale and Danachie every 11th night for sure.
I can actually mind when Pamela Oaks and Irish Robinson would have come out with the accordions. That's going back some years.
Pamela was in the band.
She was in the Danachie band, Pamela, wasn't she?
Pamela. I mean, my dad saying it's the time they had, it was a lamb eggs they had instead of the band, you know. And Wally, he get a drink, and they come back up to the Orange Hall on 12th day. And Wally, he says, "Right, brethren, everybody be up, stand, and we'll sing the last two verses of the Grand National."
I laughed at all his words. I thought he was a bitter man. He spoke of women's ways. They trap you and they use you.